What's up, it's DJ Brik A Brak, and you're rocking with Speak Your Peace TV.
Don't stop, don't stop. South side, west side, face mall, Dub C. Come on now, come on now, come on now, come on now. One is getting jacked for his flicking, and he who fucks.
Probably like 10, 12 years. Around about that. I haven't thought of it in a while, to be honest, yeah, but about like sophomore year of college.
Okay.
Hip hop, just I guess. I mean, I first got into Wu-Tang and got into all that. Growing up, I was actually like a heavy metal kid until I found hip hop. It's like Dilated Peoples, where they had DJ Babu, who was like a real intricate part of the group. And even though I don't listen to a lot of stuff like that anymore, that's really what got me into it. A lot of Jurassic 5, just things where the DJ was a massive part of the group or the group itself. DJ Shadow. A lot of stuff like that is what actually got me into it. And now that I'm into it, you got to go back and pay respect to Screw and to
everybody
pretty
that
much
came before
everybody that came, and
Red Alert.
Being while that's the music that got me into it, it opened my mind up to a lot more. And the best part about DJing is that you get into the rap music, but then you understand that music was made from other music. So it got me into a lot of really old soul music and a lot of really old jazz and a lot of really obscure, like, crazy songs that people are sampling to make other stuff out of,
to make records today.
To make records that I know, and that's another obsession of mine. I don't know if you heard it in there, but I play a lot of original samples. I try to find those original records. But yeah, I thought I liked music, and then I found hip hop, and then I realized that I didn't know shit about music. So now I really, really love it because of that. I mean, hip hop is the one that I think bridges all the gaps and molds them all together, and it's kind of like your English class in school. If you're good in your English class, that means you're reading a lot of books. That means you're smart. You know what I mean? Just because you know math doesn't mean you're smart. But if you read a lot of books, you are. So it's kind of like that, man. It's hip hop is the class that actually encompasses all other music and molds it all together for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I was born and raised here. When I went to, I didn't start DJing until I left here. Actually, I went to Mississippi State for college and I started DJing there. But since then, I've lived in Atlanta. I spent about 8 years in Colorado. I was living in Boulder and in Denver, doing a lot of DJing out there. Shout outs to YG, the whole Dope Group fam. Dope Game fam, everybody out there in Denver. Denver really put me on. I got so much love for that damn city, man. Second home to me. So big shout outs to everybody out there, man. Cold Crush, all y'all. Y'all are all doing the thing, man.
All right.
METHOD Man, like the Method Man from the first.
The Method Man joint from Wu-Tang.
From that first album. Because that was the one that really just was like, what in the hell is that? Because I had heard, to me, White and Jackson, Mississippi, rap was Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer growing up. I didn't know anything about real
pop rap.
Exactly. That's what I was listening to, and then. I guess it's that underground. Yeah, it was that dirty, raspy vibe that just made you feel like, man, anybody can make this. This makes me want to make art. This makes me want to, participate in this. So yeah, I guess that was the first one.
METHOD, man.
Man, it's such a hard. It's so long ago. It's got to be between that and Liquid Swords by GZA, that first track where that girl comes in and is talking about when I was little, my father was famous. He was the greatest shogun. I was just like, what in the fuck am I listening to? This is not a music album. But yeah, man, it had to be down between those two, probably.
Okay. So when you look at what Wu-Tang was doing and how they bridged the gap between like the Chinese culture and to the black culture, the black hip hop culture, or just the hip hop culture in period, how did that resonate with you, like to see that people were actually bridging gaps, not just like white and black, but like literally over the whole entire world, people were they were digging it?
Well, no, it's a great point that you make, and it actually makes me realize something while I'm talking, because I'm sitting here saying that that was the first thing that I liked, and what I do like about hip-hop is how it encompasses all that other stuff. But if you listen to the rap I told you I'd heard before that, it didn't encompass shit. You know what I mean? It was just pop rap. But then I finally found this one that sounded like it was taken from pieces of different things and just kind of glued together. Not really screwed together or nailed together, but just kind of glued together to make this beautiful sound somehow or another. So it's funny you mention that because again, the melding of the styles is probably what drew me to it in the first place, was just realizing that people were taken from all types of inspirations, and that's what a lot of us want to do. We feel like we have to be stuck in a box when we're young, but then we find that thing that lets us know, you know what, we can take flavors from everywhere and kind of make it our own.
And make a gumbo.
Exactly, you know what I mean? So that's a great point you make, and yeah, that brings me around with mine.
All right.
That's a rough one. I'm gonna have to say A$AP Rock changed my life. Not Rocky.
A$AP Rock. Yeah, he go hard.
And it's good to see him get a little resurgence right now. Get a little popularity.
Because he's been doing it for a minute.
For so
he's been
long,
out there he's been underground for a minute.
For so long.
Okay, so you got A$AP Rock.
I'd say on the current tip, man, I'm a big Vince Staples fan.
Vince is snapping. Vince doing his thing.
And I'd be stupid to not. I mean, I'm thinking so much current. I don't even think about old school, man. I really don't listen to that much rap anymore. If I'm gonna stick with current, I'm gonna say something like Kendrick. But
so you got A$AP Rock, Vince Staples, and Kendrick.
I guess I wouldn't say that's my top 3 of all time, though. That's
what did you?
Kind of a ridiculous question, man.
It's a hard question, right? Yeah.
You can't forget about Guru, and you can't forget about millions of cats, man. Millions of cats. Can't forget about anybody.
But we all have our personal favorite, you know. So that's just your personal. favorite.
A$AP kind of was the guy that opened up my mind again, made me realize that you can do something again, completely different than what everybody else is doing.
Mine is K Reno, so it's like.
Is it really? That's what I'm talking about, man. I fucking love Reno. Cause that's what I'm saying. Like, if I made a top 3 list and didn't include anybody from Texas, I'd be shitting myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I call shenanigans on that question. I don't want to answer that one. You know, I've been doing the local music thing for a long fucking time, man. When I was in Denver, we were opening for every major act. I got lucky and got on with a rapper who was getting shows really easily, so I just immediately hopped on and got shows. And the one thing I've realized, man, is that it doesn't take artists to make a music scene. It takes fans. It takes people getting off their asses and getting to the shows. If artists made a music scene, then everywhere would have a music scene, but everywhere doesn't, because everywhere doesn't have fans that will get out and support. You know what I mean? So I think that that's where it starts right there. Is you see people complaining all the time about, why will you spend money on shoes and not for a local show? Hell, we're all guilty of that, but we can step up every now and again.
So you're saying that the economy ties into the rap scene?
I can definitely see that. Yeah. I mean, especially your local scene. If you've, I mean, let's look at that meme, for example. If you've only got $100 disposable income for the entire year, I'd rather spend it on one big show than 10 things around the city here. I'd rather go out of town. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's not just about where we choose to spend our money. It's about how we can and what's best for each person individually. So I don't judge anybody for not coming to the local shows because, hell, I don't attend half of them, man. I got my own things to do just like everybody else. But to me, that's where it all starts. It
starts with the fans.
It starts with people actually getting up and coming to the shows. That's where it's... Now, man, tons of places like Offbeat put on free shows and $3 shows and $5 shows, bringing in cats from the tri-state, from everywhere, man. And,
shout out DJ Venom.
Very much so. Shout out DJ Venom, my homie. But I mean, look, I just went and watched fucking Scarface, Juvenile, and 8-Ball and MJG at Thalia Marin. It was about a 4th full, something like that. Even for the big names, people aren't coming out. So really, there's just, to me, people don't have enough disposable money around here to be going to your $10 or $15 show, man. Like, give the music out for free, let them buy it if they want it, you know.
Right.
I don't like playing shows where there's like a $15, $20 cover for a local show. I think you got to be out of your goddamn mind to do that, man. If you're trying to be local and play for the community, you don't charge your fam $20 to get into the show.
Right, you show love.
That's real. I'm sorry, but you don't charge them all of that, man.
Right.
That's just my opinion. Just stay asking questions, man, because questions is what drives everything. The second that you sit back and accept anything for what it is, anything in the world, then you're not doing that thing justice. If you accept the love from your family without questioning it ever, then you're not really building or strengthening that love. Questions is how we strengthen things. If you truly believe something, then you'll be able to take questions from other people. And if you truly believe something, you'll be able to ask questions to other people and keep and hold your faith. But it's all about questions, man. We gotta start breaking down where everything actually came from.
In the words of the Lauryn Hill, if you're looking for the answers, then you gotta ask the
You
questions.
gotta ask questions, absolutely.
Okay.
Why do I need ID to get ID? Really, only thing I got is a Facebook page. It's first name Brik, B-R-I-K. Middle name is A. Last name is Brak, B-R-A-K. My group in Denver is called the Girl Grabbers. You can check us out on Bandcamp. That's one word, Girl Grabbers, like you're grabbing them girls. It's all production. We're 3 DJs. 2 of them are really great beat makers. I make like 1 beat an album because I'm not that good at it, but I do a lot of cutting and scratching and helping with the remixes. But check it out, Girl Grabbers at Bandcamp. And there's also Cedric Avenue, cat out in Denver. He just put out a new album. But that's who I was working with the whole time I was in Denver. His name was YG back then, but he's going by Cedric Ave now. But yeah, that's kind of the most recent projects, you know. Keep a lookout for anything from Jip the Hip and Q-Nox. Those are my cats from the Girl Grabbers. Like I said, shout outs Cold Crush and all the family in Denver doing it big, man.
All right, sir. I want to appreciate you for rocking with Speak Your Peace TV.
Absolutely, man.
And we'll get back with you.
From the slums of Shaolin, Wu-Tang Clan strikes again. The RZA, the Juzza, Old Dirty Bastard, Inspector Deck, Raekwon the Chef, You Guard, Ghostface Killer, and the Method. T-H-O-D,